right, let's get it popping with the patch notes for tonight's mid-month seasonal celebration. We've got new zombie uniforms coming in for Abomination and Weapon Hex. Now, this is going to be a rolling update, so you don't need to wait for maintenance. The game will be available the whole time, but essentially what you'll do is you'll close down the game around the time of the patch when it's scheduled tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. You'll close the game, reopen the app, and then you'll be prompted to download the patch. And that's how it's applied. These things usually land a little bit earlier than the stated time, so it'll probably be around 7:30 Pacific or 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be live, a couple of minutes before the update that finishes downloading on my phone, and I'll be live checking out everything with you guys. There's actually a little bit more than just Abomination and Weapon Hex. Oh, I almost said it. So let's get into it. We've got the Weapon Hex seasonal. This is for tokens only. So just like Sin's uniform last year, just like Morgan Le Fay's uniform the year before, the trend continues where the female character gets the paywalled uniform. Now keep in mind, with these creepy Halloween tokens, just like last year and the year before and with all the other seasonals, you can choose to spend $30 on a pack of crystals or something like that, and get 30 tokens to get the uniform, or you can get 20 tokens through cheaper packs if you wait about a week, because there's going to be the Infected Bio Weapon update celebration event. And as you can see here in the login, there's going to be a 7-day check-in that starts on the 30th, right before Halloween, and ends, it ends later because it gives you more time in case you miss days. But anywho, on the last day, on the 7th day, you get 10 tokens. So there is a way to get the uniform a little bit cheaper if that's what you're looking for. Weapon Hex, Blast, Villain, Zombie. So this is important. They're continuing the zombie ability after introducing Cap, Doctor Strange, Wong, and Falcon. So this was a bit of a surprise here. All zombie allies, this is the uniform effect. All zombie allies get debuff cleanse and increased damage to heroes and villains. This is pretty big because this means she's like the de facto best zombie support character. And it means that it's possible we could see, especially if we get like one more good zombie character for PvP, maybe we could actually see a zombie otherworld battle lineup, because Wong is tier 4able and he's okay for PvP. Cap is good for PvP and tier 4able, and now we have Weapon Hex. So we have a blast, a speed, and a combat, and we have a ton of buffs therein for that entire lineup. So pretty interesting how hard they're going into the zombie tag. I like it. I gotta say, I do like that. Her passive is now 30% guaranteed crit rate with 35% damage reduction, and then a 6% heal that pops off every second under 99. So she has a very strong heal now. She's going to be a lot harder to kill. And then here's the kicker, folks. Berserker passive applies when HP is below 5% to all zombie allies. So this is only zombie allies, but it applies to all of them. Stop me if you think you've heard this one before. HP does not drop below 1 for 7 seconds. So she gives the immortality effect to herself and all zombie allies. However, it's a little bit worse, but a little bit more balanced. Immediately die when the effect ends. This is pretty funny, I have to say. It's a very strong effect because it's the 7 seconds, which is the highest possible immortality effect you can have. But then you have dying at the end. So this is pretty huge. This is pretty huge. It basically gives Captain America, it gives Wong access to immortality without having to worry about their artifacts. This is absolutely massive. This may be one of the best support uniforms in the game now. I know it doesn't apply to very many characters, but if you just check the sheer number of support buffs, you have the immortality effect, which Franklin had on his artifact, built into the uniform. You have debuff cleanse, built into the uniform. And now you have increased damage to heroes and villains built into the uniform. You have offense and defense twinning, which is crazy. Then she's got some skills, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She has a 1.2% accumulation on her 3rd skill every 6 seconds. And she has Zombie Rage, iframe, ignore with 40% chance to penetrate, and a damage proc and invincible. This is going to sound crazy, but Weapon Hex might be really good for PvP. You might be able to field a full zombies PvP team. I'm actually pretty excited. I might tier 4 Cap as well. Like, what? Screw it, you know? A full zombie PvP team might be so fun. I'm down for that. I love the zombie aesthetic. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. They actually cooked on her kit. It looks good. And then Abomination. Abomination, also a zombie, keeps the Gamma ability. So he's Gamma and zombie, so he gets to double dip there. He's a villain combat type. This is going to be a full cost uniform, so it's never going to be discounted 40 or 50%. It's always going to be the full price of $17.50. But here is what it does. It gives him chain hit, damage increase, the skill damage bonus damage, and 25% damage reduction. All zombie allies get their attack increased by 65%. So that's a bit of a synergy there for zombie allies, but more for PvE than PvP. Then Gamma allies have ignore dodge and 60% damage to heroes and villains. Imagine in the future they give Hulk a zombie uniform. Then you could do Hulk, Abomination, Weapon Hex, Cap, and somebody else, and like Wong, and have this crazy juiced out Hulk that has all these buffs. Yeah. Imagine Hulk, bro, imagine they give Hulk the zombie uniform, and then, or like a zombie tag, and then he gets Weapon Hex, Hulk with immortality. How insane does that sound? Yeah. Okay. You're seeing the vision now. I think you're seeing the vision now. Anyways, the rest of his kit, pretty straightforward. He has accumulation. He has frenzy buffs. He has invincibility. No penetration. No, iframe ignore or anything like that. So this is much more of like just your classic support type. Not really going to be too crazy. Certainly not comparable to Weapon Hex because she has like insane number of supports. But yeah, just getting better at what he already does, which is supporting the Gamma allies with a tiny bit of zombie splashed in there. All right. Then, big surprise, they are buffing Apocalypse. I know we've been here before, ladies and gentlemen. I know we were like, oh, they're buffing Doctor Doom. And then we were still disappointed with Doctor Doom's buff. But I'm happy that they're listening. I'm happy. I know it's taking a long time, but I am happy that they're listening. So the second skill that has Ignore Iframe is getting 40% penetration chance, which is good enough, I think. And then they're increasing the immunity from 4 seconds to 5 seconds. And then on his fifth skill, they're adding the HP heal from the fourth skill. So they're moving the HP heal from the fourth skill to the fifth skill, presumably because that's his, the skill that he uses more often on autoplay. That's like one of his kind of best, not best, but like most used skills, most spam skills on his auto rotation. So they're adding that. And you know what? His fifth skill probably does more damage than his fourth skill. So it's nice that they added the, like, rather than changing his auto rotation to include 4, they're just saying, okay, you know what? We're going to leave the auto rotation the same, but we're just going to highlight the skills more that he's using on auto. So this could have a big impact on Apocalypse. For sure, I can say that it automatically changes the build diversity because now you don't want to use a destruction at all. So anybody who has a mighty or brilliant destruction on Apocalypse, get that shit off ASAP because he has penetration now. So you don't need to worry about destruction. It does not, the penetration chance does not stack. So you're going to want to go with a regen or an egg or a conquest or maybe an authority. I don't know. But yeah. I'm excited. I'm also possibly going to tier 4 Apocalypse. So yeah, woo, a lot of tier 4s suddenly looking very juicy. And then we have Weapon Hex's tier 4, increases her chain hit by 30% for 7 seconds, and then it increases her energy attack by 20%, scaling up to 60%. Not the best tier 4 ability, no damage on the tier 4 ability either, but yeah, should be interesting. Then we have Abomination's tier 3, just kind of like whatever. They didn't include an animation for it, so there's no GIF animating it. A little bit sussy. I don't know if the person working on the patch notes is away or whatever, but yeah, you kind of missed some of your work here, buddy. And then we have Abomination's new artifact, which is a support artifact. All Gamma allies, so that's She-Hulk, Hulk, Red Hulk, Amadeus Cho, and then obviously Abomination as well. Increase attack by up to 25% and then increase max HP by 10%. So yeah, if you want to score as high as possible with Hulk and ABX ABL and you're using Abomination support, you're going to want to get your hands on this artifact. 10% HP is nothing to sneeze at, plus the additional percentage, 0.1%, excuse me, of instinct, which is an additional, like, I don't know, 4% if you have 4,000 instinct. Let's see. Yeah, it's an additional 4%, so it's for almost 15% max HP. Not bad. And then they've updated the effect and appearance timing of Odin's Might in ABL again. So we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. They've added in the skill description for death throws, which, don't get too excited. I thought this was like a preview of Null, but I believe it's going to be the effect for Weapon Hex's new passive, the Berserker passive. I believe that's what this is going to be, because it's different than the immortality, right? Because you die at the end. So that's why it's called death throws. We'll have to wait and see, but that's what I am thinking. Otherwise, my mind immediately went to Null. So yeah, and then we have the event. Just from the event, really quickly, I want to highlight that we do have a Shield Archive event. I'll make a separate video on this when it comes out, but we do have a Shield Archive event that you'll be able to start farming on Tuesday, and you can get a premium card, Odin's Blessing, and 3-star artifacts. So pretty nice stuff there. You also have a token event for the Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 2 growth materials. All uniforms are going to be on sale, but keep in mind that the 50% discount is only a month away. So if you want to make the most of your crystals, you should wait to buy the majority of your uniforms, except for obviously the seasonal ones that are coming out. And then, yes, all of the seasonal uniforms from Halloween are coming out. So make sure you pick up Ghost Rider and then possibly Sin and Morgan if you want supports, because in 2 weeks they will be gone for another year. So yeah, those are the patch notes. I'm actually really excited. Weapon Hex looks really good. Zombie lineup looks really good. Apocalypse looks good. I got a lot to dig into, boys. Hit me in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in live streams tonight. Smash the like button if you enjoy the content. Happy Halloween. I'll see you soon. Take care.